to bid good riddance to our good friend Michael Arthur. He's been with us for a number of years. I mean, Michael Arthur's been the manager, part of a vicious management clique and part of constructing a vicious management clique at the University of Leeds for a number of years. In this time, we've seen him co-write the Brown Review, which he claims to have nothing to do with, the implementation of £9,000 fees. We've seen our campus services being ground down by cuts and privatisation, outsourcing to agencies, and the erosion of workers' wages and conditions. In this time, we've seen Michael Arthur handing over students' details to the police and security services, and a lot of transformation across the university sector. And really, Michael Arthur and his other managers represent a certain type of person that's operating in our society, really. And it's no surprise to see the revolving door at the moment, with our new Vice-Chancellor coming fresh from privatising NHS services, and Michael Arthur going from privatising one university to privatising the next. It's a revolving door of this kind of vicious management regime we see in our universities, we see them in our hospitals, we see them in our school, and right across all of our public services. The likes of Michael Arthur have no problem lining their own pockets whilst destroying the services they're meant to be improving. Michael Arthur took a massive wage, was it 250 grand? Or?
No, 360.
360 grand, sorry. As well as having his own helicopter or private jet, depending who you ask, to ship him up to Leeds every week. And also all the grace and favour homes and all of the kind of expenses we had. I vividly remember one anti-cuts meeting where Michael Arthur had come along. It was a Q&A session with Michael Arthur, and there was a student there who had been working as a waitress to fund her degrees, and she was saying that she'd been involved in a Leeds University management dinner where there was 3 managers having dinner, and they had 6 waiters between them. 6 waiters who were drawn from the students, working on no contracts, 0-hour contracts with poor pay. And it really just shows you the kind of opulence and corruption, basically, of the university management regime. But whilst they've been slashing jobs, whilst they've been closing down departments, whilst they've been cutting education, they've still got plenty of time to hire people, to have 6 waiters to 3 staff at university management meetings. Then it's part of the transformation of our universities that are going on at the moment. It's a question of how do they look to how are they spending their money? What do they see the university as being for? I remember, just as this new lovely concourse was being constructed outside of our Students' University Union, management was sacking, I think it was 700, 800 staff in the end through the threat of mandatory redundancy, but actually taking place through voluntary redundancies, essentially pulling out hundreds of staff. In the same time, we've also seen a lot of security staff leaving the university. We've seen the amount of security staff on rota cut down, apart from obviously when we're holding protests. The catering staff have all been reduced to a 35-hour week, and the university staff who are on decent pay, well, all right pay, had pension rights, had holiday rights, having their hours cut so agency staff can be brought in. And this is really what Michael Arthur and his friends' vision for the university: a bullying management, privatisation, a destruction of our services, a destruction of the actual content of education. And meanwhile, we have flash prospectuses, a very flash management cabal, flash buildings, but really with very little or no content to them. So the struggle continues. You know, we've had a good time with Michael Arthur, with our occupations, with our Q and answer sessions, with our regular campus protests over the years. But the struggle to save our education, to save our health system, and to save our public services from Michael Arthur and the likes of Michael Arthur continues. So, good riddance to a bullying manager, a privatiser, and a cutter. Michael Arthur, a bully, a thief, and a thug. Good riddance.